In this English lesson, I wanted to help you learn the English phrase, it's on me. If someone says to you, it's on me, it means they're going to pay for something. Sometimes this happens when you go out to eat with someone, and as you're getting out your wallet at the end of the meal, the other person might say, no, don't worry about it, it's on me. When they say that, what they mean is that they're going to pay for your meal. It's awesome. People might even say this before you go out to eat or before you go do something. I could say to my brother, hey, do you want to go see a movie tonight? And if my brother was like, I'm not sure, I could say, come on, it's on me. That means if we go to a movie, if I say it's on me, it means I'm going to pay for him. I don't usually ever do that though. If my brother and I go see a movie, he pays for his own movie. I don't usually say it's on me. Sometimes when I go out to eat, I do though. Hey, the other phrase I wanted to teach you today is the phrase, that's news to me. When you say that's news to me to someone, it's usually after they've told you something that you didn't know about. If someone said to me, hey, the hardware store in our local town is closing, I could say, oh, really? That's news to me. What I mean when I say that is that I had not heard that before. If someone said, hey, did you hear, if my sister said to me, hey, did you hear Mom sold her house? I would be like, what? That's news to me. I didn't even know she was planning to sell it. My mom hasn't sold her house, by the way. It's just an example. So to review, if someone invites you to go out to do something and it costs money and they say it's on me, it means they plan to pay for it. And if you are already out doing something and when you go to pay for it with your wallet, someone says, no, it's on me, it means they're going to pay for you. That's kind of cool. And if someone says to you, that's news to me, they're basically saying that whatever you just told them, they hadn't heard before. It's something new for them. It's news to them. Hey, let's look at a comment though from a previous video. This comment is from Sutopa. And Sutopa says this, sir, can you explain last fall, late last fall? So in the previous lesson, I referred to the season of fall by saying last fall, and then I corrected myself to say late last fall. Here's my response, Sutopa, to explain that. Sure, last fall for us in Canada refers to the time from about mid-September to mid-December, the entire season of last year. So if I say last fall, I'm talking about the season of fall that we just experienced a few months ago. Late last fall would mean sometime in November or December of last year, or the last part of the fall last year. So when I'm referring to the season of fall, I'm not just referring, when I say last fall, I'm referring to the entire season that occurred last year. When I say late last fall, I'm talking about the last few weeks of the season of fall. If I said early last fall, I would be referring to, at the time of this video, September, October of 2020. But if I say late last fall, I'm talking about the last part of the fall. So end of November, beginning of December. I hope that made some sense. I could even say like, halfway through last fall, which means somewhere at the midpoint of the season of fall. We often use last when we're talking about things. Late last, late yesterday I did this, or late last week I went to the grocery store. So that would mean that on Thursday or Friday of last week, I went to the grocery store. So it's interesting that we use the word late there. I should probably do an entire lesson about the word late because we use it in a lot of interesting ways, and the word next as well. Maybe I'll see if I can do that in a future video. Anyways, thanks for watching. By the way, I plan to teach more phrasal verbs on this channel over the next few months. I plan to do at least one phrasal verb a week, if not more, so look for that. See you in a couple days with another short English lesson.